What's up, everybody? Stefan Martinez, Nicholas Gambaro, Nick and Steph show is back. Uh let's just do this thing, man, and let's create some headlines today. And let's get people talking. So, um, over the weekend we had some hirings, we had some firings, we've had a lot of things happen in the sports world, and let's just start with this. Um, Over the weekend, it was reported that the Seattle Mariners CEO and president um, was charged or was accused of saying racially insensitive things on a radio appearance. Now, for point of context, okay, let's point this out for a matter of public record so people see, people understand how serious this is. And so when the Mariners fired Kevin Mathers, who was the head scout, who was the president and CEO of the Mariners, you kind of knew, okay, this is bad. The thing I don't like, Nick. First of all, what's up, brother? How are you? How you
Good,
feeling?
how are you?
Am I right? This problem right here is a microcosm of what's wrong in sports today. And I'm going to get deep into this, and we're going to talk about this as a family. We're going to talk about this. Obviously, me and Big Dog are going to volley our thoughts back and forth, but we want to hear your thoughts as well. So, this right here is a problem because he starts the statement out with, okay, I don't think we should be paying translators $75,000 to translate for the foreign players. They need to learn how to speak English. First of all, that remark in itself is incendiary because a lot of these players don't live in America. You have a lot of Latin born players, you have a lot of Asian born players that come to the United States to play professional baseball to get paid to play a game. Now, um, I honestly, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We just have to get through this first. But we're gonna get to all that. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
we're definitely getting to that story in a bit.
I my problem is when you hear him talk about how these international players have to learn English and this is not good that they we pay them and they don't learn the language. That's all well and good, but you know how hard it is to speak English if English wasn't your first language? Like what are we like? You know how hard that is? And the fact that people are you know, or the comment was, well, he doesn't speak for everyone. He doesn't speak for the Mariners organization. You hired him, you kept him on, and you knew the way this is the way he felt. Oh, and by the way, he had inappropriate relations with three women before this even took place. Okay, so point of context, he had inappropriate relations with three women. Three women reported it, and nothing was done about it. The Mariners didn't do anything. Major League Baseball didn't investigate it. So Seattle, all of a sudden, we want to have this come to Jesus meeting like you didn't know all this stuff was going on. Are you kidding me? And then the final straw was saying, "Oh, we're gonna try and sign Jarred Kelenic, who the Mets had, who they traded for Edwin Diaz and Robinson Cano. By the way, how's that deal look right now? Oh my God! So they were gonna extend him, and he says, "Now wait, so them being bags, as we like to call things like that on the show, they're like, nah, Clinic, you're gonna stay in the minor leagues another 3 months, so we don't start your clock. Are you kidding me, Seattle? You kept this guy on as your CEO and general manager. I mean, CEO and president for since 2014, and he's been doing this stuff. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Mariners? You should be ashamed of yourself. John Stanton, the owner, comes out. Oh, his remarks do not reflect. Uh, his his remarks do not reflect. Uh, the values and integrity of the Seattle Mariners organization. Big dog, I read that and I was like, you sound you sound crazy right now. Am I going crazy? Am I going nuts, big dog?
No.
Am I? What do you think about all this?
Yeah, those comments when you first told me the story when we were talking off the air. What's up, Skip? Let's go Jets and Islanders. Big game tonight. Yeah, insensitive comments, just rude and just that's just something you don't say. That's not right. You know, I don't know. Just the way the Mariners too, and then the whole inappropriate relationships with three women and the Mariners kept it under wraps. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible, despicable. The fact that they kept this guy on and didn't fire him. And the comments and the inappropriate relationships. That's upsetting. Very upsetting.
And then here's the thing. How do you go to a female who wants to work for you now and say, hey, come to Seattle, we'll take care of you?
Yeah,
how? And I'm sorry, this is a problem across all sports, but Major League Baseball lately, Mickey Callaway, Porter before him, now this.
Yeah, there seems to be like a trend.
When do we start respecting women in the workplace? Because honestly, women in sports, that's happening now. Like you can't automatically just sweep it under the. Oh, it's not happening. It's happening. And you know what? They're pretty good at their jobs, some of these women. And you feel bad because it's like they still get looked at like pieces of meat. They still get treated like absolute trash. And that stinks for the future generations who want to be sportscasters, who want to, aspire to be in the journalism business or the sports business in general. Like, that stinks. That stinks to know that there's a stigma still attached to them. Oh, just because I'm a woman and I wear certain clothes and I like what I like, you get to treat me however you feel? No, that's absolute garbage. That is garbage. Like, I don't understand how this type of attitude towards women is okay. The same thing. Listen, and I'm gonna say this too, Big Dog, and I swear I'm gonna let you go after this. I just have to get this out. Congratulations to Trevor Bauer's agent, Rachel Luba, who was the first female agent in Major League Baseball history, got Trevor Bauer the biggest contract in the sport. Congratulations to you, Mrs. Luba. You know why? Yeah. Because for all the people that say, well, oh, she got the job because she slept with Trevor, or she got the job because what? So you're gonna discount her going to school for all these years to become a certified sports agent
just because she's a woman?
Are you kidding me?
Unreal.
You sound like. Go ahead, Big Dog, because we're not even 10 minutes into the show, and I'm pissed off already.
Yeah. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Despicable. And then, I hate the fact that we keep it quiet. We keep it quiet. We don't say nothing about these women. We just let it happen. And then when it happens, oh, we didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't know that Mickey Callaway was doing this for women for all three of his stops in pro baseball, including his latest one with the Angels.
Can you just update John quick? Because he said he came to the show late. What happened with the Mariners?
Basically, what happened with the Mariners, Kevin Mathers criticized players' ability to speak English. He had inappropriate sexual relations with three other women in the organization. Oh, and by the way, he told the top prospect in the Mariners organizations to, take a long walk over a short pier. I'm not going to phrase it how I would like to phrase it because obviously, as you see, there's, But good Lord Almighty. What? and this is okay. And this guy was the president and CEO of a multi-billion-dollar franchise. But we just gonna let that rock? Like it's all good? Mickey Callaway got to manage the New York Mets. Manage the New York Mets. Okay? He managed them. The other guy, the other dope, what's his name before this? Porter was the general manager. So this is okay? So we get to speak to people like this because this is okay. Gee, what animals, man. And I'm sorry if I've ever done it to you and you're a woman and you watch the show and I ever or anybody's ever disrespected you, I apologize for them. Because that's terrible. Go ahead, big dog. Move on because I'm fired up.
Do you want to get into the NBA or do you want to jump into the hockey?
All right, since we're already here, we might as well go all the way. Go all the way. Piss me off even more. Go ahead.
This pissed me off too.
Go ahead. For the 6 people that are here watching the show, this is going to be a fiery show today. I have a lot to say. There's a lot that needs to be said, and I'm kind of angry about it. So if you want to hear a grumpy guy vent, just keep watching the show. Go ahead, big dog.
So, and again, you reported it to me, the story specifically, but it had to do with somebody in the Milwaukee Bucks organization, correct? In the NBA?
In regards to what?
No, what we were talking about before the show.
Hirings? Oh, you mean what happened in Minnesota?
Minnesota, I'm sorry, not Milwaukee. Although
with all the stuff that happened with Ryan Saunders and all this. Yes. Okay, you want to do that now or you want to do the Panarin stuff now?
We'll do that now.
All right. So the Minnesota Timberwolves are
baffling to me. You're just baffling.
They're 7-24. Okay, they're terrible. They're the worst team in the NBA by record. They're horrible. We get it. We get it. But it's deeper than that. Okay. So Ryan Saunders, for point of context, was the head coach, was the son of the late Flip Saunders, who was the coach in Minnesota during the Kevin Garnett era when they made the playoffs, and he's a beloved figure in Minnesota because they made the playoffs and they did a lot. So his son gets fired yesterday. So you know what the Timberwolves do? The smart people in Minnesota's front office? Oh, let's hire somebody that was with the Raptors. Okay, let's give them the head coaching job and forget about a guy like David Vanterpool, who obviously many of you don't know, but I'm going to tell you about him. He was an assistant coach with the Blazers and all these different teams. And David Vanterpool developed who we now know as Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum as the backcourt in Portland, who, by the way, as far as backcourts go, that might be the second best backcourt in the NBA behind Mr. Curry and his other sharpshooting brethren, Mr. Klay Thompson. Get well soon, Klay. We miss you. But so we're not going to hire David Vanterpool. We're going to hire somebody that was with the Raptors. Cool. Okay, cool. So David Vanterpool's been an assistant for 7 years. He put in the work. Yeah, he made the rounds. Cool. So Damian Lillard, after seeing the coach that the Timberwolves hired, he goes, how the hell do you hire him when you got David Vanterpool on your bench? How do you not give him a shot? Big dog, I read the tweet, and I said, well, if Dame's speaking on it, because Dame Lillard don't say a damn thing. You don't hear from the brother. All he does is go out and ball. I got some Dame Lillard stats we're going to get to in a little while here, but all he does is go out and ball. Dame Lillard don't say worth a damn. He quiet. Okay, I'm in the corner. I'm in Portland. I'm making my money. I'm playing good. Leave me alone. Okay? But he jumps on Twitter and he says, how the hell do you not hire Dave Vanterpool when all he's done is develop me and CJ, one of the best backcourts in the NBA right now? How does he not have a job? And you're gonna give this guy Finch with limited head coaching experience, with no head coaching experience, who was a head coach for the G League Raptors team, just because his boy is the general manager, and when they went in Houston together, so his boy is looking out for his boy. Okay, that sound familiar? His boy, the general manager, they work together in Houston. There's a relationship.
Right.
They like each other. Okay, cool, bye. Cool. So, what does it say about David Vanterpool? A guy that's worked hard, a guy that's done it the right way, a guy that, by all accounts, he's loved by all the players. That coach? Okay. Oh, by the way, you're bringing in a head coach midway through the season, and you gave him a multi-year contract. It's not even interim. They gave him a multi-year deal, big dog. For the love of God, can we? What? 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 Hell? What? And I'm gonna say this, fam. Last I checked, Dave Vanterpool is black. Do you know the amount of black coaches in the NBA right now? Do you want to guess how many black coaches there are in the NBA right now? Do you want to guess?
5?
No. 3.
3?
Yes.
And this is a problem across all sports.
Right.
I mean,
look. There's a tweet. How in the hell do you not hire Dave Vanterpool? He's right there on your bench and has been successfully in the front office and successfully on the bench for winning teams for 7 years. Has also played a major role in the development of a dominant backcourt. Shaking my goddamn head. What? How is it that in the NBA, where we're all about inclusion and we're going to include everyone and it's the league of inclusion, Dave Vanterpool don't even get a look? When he's been in front offices, he's done everything he can do to be a success, and he don't get no look? Nah, none at all? No interim love for the half a year? Are you kidding me? What? And we don't want to talk about this because it's uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but you know what? If us bringing out the reality in the world while talking about sports is uncomfortable, then you're watching the wrong goddamn show. I don't know what to tell you. Because that's garbage. Both these two stuff. I am sadly dumbfounded yesterday. Dumbfounded. They like literally just like, what? What? And oh, so this is okay. BJ Bickerstaff, Dwayne Casey, and Tyronn Lue are the 3 black coaches right now, head coaches in the NBA. 3. Lloyd Pierce, 4. 4 black coaches in the NBA. 4 of them. And that is it. No more. 4, and your league is 75% African American. And there's 30 teams in the NBA.
It's not right. There has to be more African American coaches in all sports.
By the way, Dave Vanterpool was in the front office that he was in the Golden State front office when they won their first championship.
I was reading a similar article today. I forget where exactly, but about how even in European soccer that there aren't many African American managers, and even there was one who was a former player and who had a lot of success with the team he managed. Now he currently, is out of a job. He's not managing at the moment, but he hasn't been called or gotten an opportunity in another sport that, is very diverse and, wants to call for inclusion. But, I mean, you got to be kidding me. Got to do better than that.
Same thing in baseball. Baseball, there's a lot of Latin American love. How many Latin American managers there are in the sport of baseball?
3.
Luis Rojas, Davey Martinez, and
Alex Cora,
and Charlie Montoyo. 4 managers. 4 in the entire sport.
And how many African American managers in just Dusty? I know
Dusty Baker. That's it. Dusty Baker. That's the only one.
Wow.
What?
And look at Henry in the NFL has had multiple interviews, but no hiring yet. And the season's been over for a few weeks now.
A guy like Byron Leftwich, who's been trying to get a head coaching job for years. No. Okay. Jim Caldwell, 36-29 record with the freaking Lions.
The Lions.
Huh? Say that again for me. Say that again.
The Lions.
Who have been horrible for years. Got a winning record with the Lions, bruh. And you don't got a job? Huh? Let's go to the even crazier. This show is like the crazy on top of the crazy on top of the crazy. What? Okay. Oh, take it a step further. He wasn't even on the ballot. Not on the ballot. Big dog. What? Oh. Okay. Let's go to the Terry Panarin stuff. Let's get the crazy stuff out of the way. Come on.
Okay. Come on. Now I'm going to be very careful, how I word this, because, again, we still don't know a whole lot about this, and we're not digging too deep in the rabbit hole. But I'm just going to say this. This is how I'll present it. This is how it was said on the show NHL Now, which is on NHL Network by the host, Jackie Redmond. This is how they reported it. And then I'll go through a couple of things also about this. So Rangers forward Artemi Panarin will be taking a leave of absence after allegations were made by his former KHL head coach, Andrei Nazarov, claiming he had a physical altercation with a woman in a bar in 2011. Now the allegations come after Panarin made political statements speaking out against current Russian President Vladimir Putin. They had Dan Rosen on, who's a reporter for NHL.com, and basically they kind of broke it down as Panarin is for Alexander Navalny, whoever out there has been watching the news, me and Stefan do, just to keep up with what's going on in the world. Alexei Navalny is back in Russia against Vladimir Putin. So Panarin is for him, Navalny, whereas Nazarov is a very big Vladimir Putin supporter. And Larry Brooks, who's been a Rangers reporter for a long time on the New York Post.
Just so you're not misconstrued, Navari is against Vladimir Putin. You said he was for him. He's for Vladimir Putin or against him?
No, Nazarov is for Putin. Panarin is for Navalny.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you for correcting me if I made a mistake.
Okay. Wanted to make
Panarin is for Alexander Navalny. But Nazarov, who is making these allegations against Panarin. He supports Vladimir Putin. And Larry Brooks of the New York Post, during his reporting, found that on January 21st on Artemi Panarin's Instagram, he posted something that said, quote, freedom for Navalny. So that was from Artemi Panarin's Instagram. That's really all we have on this right now. Again, the NHL, the Rangers, I'm sure they're going to do their due diligence, and they're going to have to definitely scrape up more on this story. And it's crazy. Very, very crazy story. Stefan, what do you make of all this? Well, again, we don't know too much, but right now with what we have in front of us, what do you think?
Again, I want to be careful. I want to be careful how we attack this. So let me be very, very careful in saying we don't know enough to form an opinion either way yet. What we do know,
we're not going to yet because we don't know,
right. What we do know, and this is an additional reporting that I found out, that they want to execute Panarin's entire family. They want to wipe out his entire family. The Russian government doesn't want Panarin back in the country. Panarin's taking the leave of absence to try to get his family out of Russia to come be with him in New York because he's afraid that they won't be here too much longer. So the leave of absence is not. It doesn't seem like he did it because he's guilty. He did it because he knows something might go down, and he just wants to protect himself and his loved ones. Now, listen, we're not mentioning this for political reasons at all. This is a sports story. This happened. He took a leave of absence from the Rangers. This is why we're mentioning this. So anybody that's looking for us to take sides and bash Vladimir Putin, we're not doing it. What we will say is, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel on a subject, whether it be sports, whether it be music, whether it be food, whether it be politics, whether it be whatever. We all have a say in things that are important to us as people. Now, we are Americans. We as American citizens are lucky enough where we can voice our displeasure with a government official. We can say we don't like said government official, and they can't kill us for it. In Russia, if you say something about Vladimir Putin, you don't have the freedom of speech that we're afforded here in America. So when you hear somebody say, "Hey, I would just do this and get it over with," it's not that easy. Or why did he leave the Rangers? Like, it's hard when we don't know. Thank you,
Mike.
We don't know what led him up to this point. We don't know what has been going on behind the scenes. But what we do know is that these topics and these conversations have to be had in order for us to affect the change that we talk about as people, as Americans, as humanity, for the betterhood of the future generations that come after us and their generations after them. You can't. This cannot be absolved. Or, we can't talk about it. We're going to just talk about sports. If we can't talk about the difficult things in life, then how can we come on here and try to avert what's really happening in the world? This stinks. I'm praying for Terry Panarin and safety and the safety of his family, because that sounds scary.
Yes.
And listen, if you're gonna tell me, well, he should have been playing hockey anyway, you know what? You're clueless. You're clueless, because this goes beyond hockey or any sport for that matter. So we just figured we fire off all the controversial bullets in our proverbial.
And they do have to see if the allegations are true or not. So, still.
And if they are, then I'm sorry, but the Rangers need
The
to cut
Rangers got
him
to terminate the
immediately.
contract.
Immediately. Void the contract, cut him, tell him, gotta go there, because I'm not, nah. You already dealt with the D'Angelo thing. You don't need another one. And I know you're paying Panarin a lot of money, but money don't matter right now.
But I
If
hope
it
his
happens
family will be okay, because that's scary.
right. Rangers gotta do something. We gotta move on. Because at the end of the day, if he did what he's alleged to have done, then that's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. That is absolutely deplorable. Wow, this show is we gotten off to a great start here on a Monday, eh?
A little bit.
Jeez.
More negative news: injuries around the NHL. Columbus.
Hey, speaking of injuries, 2 major injuries in Yankee land already. Clark Schmidt shut down for God knows how long with an elbow. Oh, and another ball pitching drama. One of their young relievers, Michael King. I felt something in the back of the elbow, and ready. Spring training's 4 days old. Oh, go ahead.
Listen, the Yankees, as I always say, they'll be there in the end.
It just sucks that JT Realmuto, broken thumb, might not be ready for opening day. Ready with this. Jesus. All right, go and get to the hockey.
Injuries. Columbus goalie Elvis Merzlikins week to week with an upper body injury, so that's a big loss for Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
In Toronto, Jake Muzzin with a broken bone in his face. I don't need to. And so when he comes back, he's gonna have to wear the full face guard, the face shield.
These people like to say me.
Jumbo Joe Thornton out again, day to day.
God almighty.
And Zach Hyman also day to day with an injury. Again, Sheldon Keefe, the head coach, wasn't so specific. Didn't want to give too much information. By the way, my background today, you guys are probably, what's that background Nick's got?
No, we know. I know it.
Today is the 41st anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. Al Michaels' great call of the U.S. Defeating the Soviet Union in the 1980 Olympics. I think, in my opinion, the biggest upset in sports history. I mean, would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a huge deal. I mean, here in the States, that's really what got hockey even more on the map. I mean, yeah, in certain markets, it was big, but that really solidified hockey in the States to become a big sport. And you know what? That's why a lot of Americans, ended up playing hockey. They were influenced by the 1980 team. By the way, one of the players in that picture, Ken Morrow, won 4 cups with the Islanders. Just to throw
he had to get that in there.
In that same year, he won a Stanley Cup and a gold medal.
Oh, hey now!
Just a little factoid there.
I like that.
To the outdoor games, we had outdoor hockey this past weekend at Lake Tahoe in State Line, Nevada. The first game was competitive. Colorado defeating Vegas 3-2. They actually play again tonight, and the standings in the West Division, Vegas is in second with 21 points, and Colorado is in third with 19 points.
Wow, that's neck and neck.
Yeah, and it was crazy because they started the game local time But then what happened was it was way too sunny out and kind of ruined the ice.
So why do you not play at night?
They ended up delaying the game 8 hours.
Jesus.
They didn't start until midnight.
Real quick. This wacko, because you call me a wacko when I do this, so it has to be referred back to you. This wacko decides, I'm going to stay up. And he stood up for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I fell asleep with 10 minutes left in the game, but I did stay up for.
Look at them, look at this wacko. Jesus. Good for you there.
And then the second game was, well, not so much competitive. Boston 7, Philadelphia 3.
Well,
David, as we would say, Pasternak, because you got to say it with the Bostonian accent. It's only right. He had a hat trick. He's been on fire lately for the Bruins. And in that division, the East, Boston's in first with 24 points. Philly is with 19 points, but they were out with a ton of guys due to COVID protocol, including one of your favorites, Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux. They were out with they were out with multiple players yesterday. And the games, the atmosphere was really cool. Like, it was weird without fans, but it was awesome. The backdrop, you had the lake, you had the mountains, the pine trees. It really,
oh my God.
I'm sure it brought a lot of those guys back to, their childhood or
playing
on the rink. A lot of parents would build customized rinks for them in the backyard. Like, they would tell stories. Or they would go to their local lake and just, throw on a pair of skates and play. But Bettman did say, most likely you won't really see anything like this again, which I understand. He wants, to be in the stadiums with of course, fans at the games, because it is an experience for sure. So, but it was really cool for a weird year, still in the pandemic. It was a great job by Bettman and on the NHL to put this together. And they're trying. They wanted outdoor games for the fans and for the players to experience, and they did it. So, because it would be cool, but I don't think you can't do that again. Because even to build stands for fans, it would be too much. So I'm guessing next year, most likely the winner, because it was supposed to be, this year, but the Winter Classic was supposed to be at Target Field in Minnesota. So the Wild was supposed to host it. I remember me and you were talking about that as a venue that should be used for an outdoor hockey game. And then in Raleigh, the Hurricanes were going to host a Stadium Series game. Not too far from, your favorite college basketball team there. Right, NC State and North Carolina Duke aren't that far, right?
Whoa.
I know, Michael. I don't want this guy cursing me out.
Whoa.
You knew who I meant.
Jesus. I'm going to remember that. Speaking of Duke, we're on in 20 minutes against Syracuse at Cameron Indoor.
Uh-oh. Are fans allowed in yet or no?
Not yet. Not yet.
Speaking of fans being allowed, tomorrow that starts here, at least in New York State.
The New York Knicks are going to have 2,300 at the Garden against Golden State. Steph Curry. Yes, this is the game he comes back. He's sick. He's puking in Charlotte. I don't feel gooch.
He's going to score 90 points tomorrow.
I come back to New York. I'm in the Garden. Couple Alka-Seltz. We feel good.
Yeah, everybody loves beating up the Knicks. I mean.
Thanks, Steph. Thanks.
Also, too, In quick soccer news, and this I saw on the BBC Sport Facebook page, up to 10,000 fans could be back in stadiums by mid-May. It comes as part of the government's plans to move England out of lockdown. Thought that was interesting.
Wow.
So, yeah, right?
A little much. A little much.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Real quick, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. We gotta talk about this. I mean, my lord. So, hey, Kevin Durant gets hurt. He doesn't play in 4 of the last 5 West Coast games that the Nets won this West Coast trip. Oh, by the way, they went 5-0 on this West Coast trip. Are you kidding me? They beat Sacramento. They came back against Phoenix. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Clippers. I'm like, huh? What? No Durant? Nah, it don't matter. Kyrie, 40 boys. Durant, Harden, 40 boys. How am I stopping this? How am I containing this? Are you kidding me? Oh my lord! And then the thing is, Durant probably is not going to play for another week or 2. So can you imagine when they finally get right? I hate it, but they're going to be the team to beat in the league. I hate it.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
No, I am done. What's up?
Alshon Jeffrey is going to be released by the Eagles.
I saw that.
Don't. Joey D, get on that phone, buddy. Come to Jet Life. Or Swamp Life. Either one.
Well, no, it's no, they're just unstoppable right now. And I seen when I watched them play, I'm like, if one doesn't play, the other 2 are gonna kill you. Jesus, and I'm gonna say this too. We can sleep on them if we want to, but the Utah Jazz, legit. Yes. And if Anthony Davis don't come back, folks, the West is wide open because I don't think LeBron can get there by himself. I mean, he is Superman and Herculean and all these things, but Father Time is like, hey, yo, fam, you won enough rounds, doggy. We're about to go have a come to Jesus meeting. Oh, but this is what I want to get to. This is really what I want to get to. This is why I'm talking about this. Today marks the 10th year anniversary of, you guessed it, Carmelo Anthony's trade to the New York Knickerbockers.
Oh, get the tissues for this guy. Here we go. Maybe he'll come back one day and then retire.
He was on Adrian Wojnarowski's podcast, The Great Woj, and he said that the deal to the Knicks happened at the 11th hour. He was going to New Jersey. They had a package ready to get him. Jim Dolan met with Josh Kroenke, the owner of the Denver Nuggets, the 2 general managers. They haggling over pieces. Carmelo tells the story. He's in the room watching them consummate this trade. He's literally in the hotel room. And he's going, are you guys going to blow up this trade for Timofey Mozgov? Timofey Mozgov was the linchpin between Carmelo almost ending up in New Jersey or with the Knicks. He might have ended up in Brooklyn. Oh, here's the kicker, though. So Melo tells another depressing story that I'm like, oh, God. He says him, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul have all talked about, oh, we want to play together. So LeBron and Melo, they were gonna decide where to go. And the two places that they talked about the most was Miami and New York.
Oh my God!
Hear this. Hear this. If you're falling over now, you gotta hear this.
Oh my God!
If Melo didn't take the 5th year on his deal and he'd have took 4 years with an option, he would have been a free agent in 2010. Him and LeBron talked about, yo, I'll go to New York. We'll go to New York together. Dwayne and Chris Bosh will go to Miami. We'll go to New York together, and I'll try to recruit Chris Paul to come play with us in a year. If Melo didn't take the extra year,
oh my God! Yo, what was your reaction? That was it. You just laughed. That's what I.
You gotta laugh or keep from crying.
I would have cried after that, but I would have laughed at first for sure.
Good Lord, Melo, why'd you have to take the extra year? They said they talked about a plan in which they would have came to New York together. Because do you remember the infamous toast at Melo's wedding? Amari was already a Knick. Okay? Amari was already a Knick. They already had this. That was. I'm like, yo, it could have been Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, and Chris Paul.
You guys definitely would have won a few championships.
No Amari would have been in South Beach with D Wade and the other one. I'm like,
yo, and then that rivalry gets renewed again. Miami Knicks playoff series every year. Well, you're not that surprised.
I'm sick. I'm sick. Because if it all hinged on Melo taking the extra year, Melo doing. But that's the Knicks. We get screwed. That's the Knicks.
It's what they're good at. Just your reaction. His reaction is pride. You laughing. I'm like, and he didn't even hear the good part yet. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like the Jets.
Yo, it's like, good Lord, man. Yeah. Just keep freaking, yeah, make it hurt even more. Actually. Yeah. Yeah. Good Lord, man. Jesus. I'm sick. I'm sick. I heard it and I'm like, this can't be real life. And it is. It's real life. Okay, I'm done. Jesus. You know, and then you try to find the way. Now I know how you feel. Russell Wilson could have been a Jet now, 4th round. We don't take him now. We don't need him.
Patrick Mahomes. I could go down to Dan Marino. Deshaun Watson.
Jesus.
Who we might still end up getting, although knowing the Jets pluck, probably not. Yeah, forget about it. Jets have had 90 strong quarterbacks since I've been a fan. Just that list, like comparing the Giants to the Jets in like 12 years, Eli, all those years, the Jets had the list like, oh my God, they suck.
Now Deshaun to Chicago's picking up steam. If that happens, he goes to Chicago.
Is Nick Foles then going to stay the backup, or is he going to go somewhere else?
Who knows?
What are you hearing?
I mean,
I'm very curious to see what happens to him.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but the Texans keep telling people we're not trading Deshaun. If that's the case, then we need to then the rest is just we don't know what they're doing yet because I don't think they know what they're doing. To be quite honest, I don't think they have any idea. And it's crazy, bro. I I look at this stuff and I'm like, no way, man. Like the Texans gotta excuse the they gotta crap or get off the pot. Like you can't. Oh, John, really? Damn.
Come on.
Oh,
What's with the Foles hate?
God. Ooh.
Foles to the Jets.
Yeah, you gotta hit him. You gotta hit him right where it hurts, eh?
Oh, Foles ever became a Jet, I would.
Oh, we wouldn't hear the end of it.
I would definitely be getting his jersey the first night of come day.
Look at this. Look at this. He's gonna break his own rules. Look. Look, he's gonna break his own rule. Look. Yeah, they're waiting for the right deal, but they want 90 picks and
I'm telling you, they should form a Jets Knicks fan therapy group.
I'd sign up.
Come on, Skip. You know you do. You want him.
Not yet.
For Super Bowl like you did with Philly. Then you
they need if they form a Knicks Jets therapy group.
What do you think? Maybe that's something we should think about because we forget we need it. What the Knicks and Jets put us through.
Oh, I'm telling you, we deserve medals. We deserve literal medals.
Oh,
we
God.
Should be.
I didn't finish it yet, but I started watching this show. I don't know if you came across it on Amazon Prime Video about all these Lions fans and they're commiserating about the
Oh my God.
Nah, Foles ain't washed. That would be my fear for Foles, though, Rick. That is a good point because most Jets.
He puts on a Jet jersey and 20 ACL first week of training camp, and you're like,
yeah, that might, yeah.
No, if they would have really started a support group, I'm signing up. I'm hell yeah. Yo, where do I put my signature at, fam? Help. We are in desperate need of assistance. Please. For the love of God.
Yeah.
Help me.
Nah, you still got some left in the tank, Skip.
Nah, yeah, but and then I hear it again. Oh, the Mets didn't have a good off season. We didn't spend as much as we should have. I heard it again today, and I'm literally on the verge of
what, on the K show?
No, on Twitter. Oh, Frankie should have been locked up already. This is garbage. What do we do? What? What do we do? Steve Cohen didn't just spend a gazillion. Yeah.
We put up Sean's comment. I'm not mad at you, Skip.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
can
I'm
have
like,
your opinion. I'm not. You don't have to like Nick Foles.
I mean,
I
I'm
think
saying like,
he never did anything to you. He
if
beat
no,
Brady in
but
the Super Bowl.
not in all seriousness though. Like, if I hear another Met fan complain about spending more money and we should have had Bauer, we should have had. I'm literally gonna just gonna go off. If I hear it again on Twitter, I'm literally gonna. I, what do you want the guy to do? What do you want him to do? Frankie's a Met. He gave Trevor Bauer a gajillion dollars. He didn't want the money. What do you want from him?
Listen, he wanted to go home. He's from California, LA.
Jesus,
I mean, I would have did that.
I mean, I know, and I'm saying like, but like, oh, but we didn't do it. No, I'm like, bro, you might be the best team in the National League. You might.
I don't think Mike. I think that's all right now. I mean, we got to see it play out.
I like Atlanta, but it's hard to argue with you right now. Hard to argue.
Would be nice to see like a Braves Mets playoff series, kind of get that.
And real quick, I'm gonna say this. Can we just play with this idea a little bit? If Fernando Tatis got 14 years and 340 million. By the way, he's only making 1 million in 2021. So just sit there and like chew on that fact for a second. But I agree with you, Rick. I agree with you.
I'm just laughing every time I hear a contract is something. I just laugh because I'm like, just because the Messi one was so like,
yeah, the Messi one destroyed me.
Compared to what any NBA, MLB, or NFL player gets, it's like chump change. It's nothing.
Yeah, you're playing for free. You're on like the Jesus, what's that called? The unemployment line. Like, we're looking for government cheats. But if Fernando Tatis got 14 years at 340 million, imagine what Juan Soto's gonna get when Juan Soto hits free agency in about 4 years from now. And by the way, Juan Soto would only be, because he's 21 right now, he'd only be 25. Can you imagine, for the love of God, what he will get on the open market if Tatis got 340 and he's younger? Bro, I can't even fathom it. I was thinking about that. I'm like, yo, this dude Juan Soto's about to get like $400 million. He's getting like Mike Trout money. He's gonna be up there like richer than 9 NHL franchises. Like,
that's oh my God.
Yo, what? Like what? Like Juan Soto's contract is gonna like now you got to start. If Tatis got 14 years, you got to start at like 9 years for Soto. That's the starting point. Is 9 years. Dear Lord, I know Messi's richer than everybody, but hot damn, like,
yeah,
wow.
Messi
is richer than rich.
Wonder how many houses he's got and cars. He's forget about it.
He probably don't even drive. He probably has a chauffeur. Yo.
Yeah, why not?
Drive it to the field. Drive it to the pitch. I don't want to drive today. Probably takes 90 years from one side of the house to the other. Imagine being that rich, Maron. Marone.
Marone.
Imagine being that rich. Ball. Ball. Bobby Bonilla, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
They're
Mets'
gonna be
voice.
paying. They're gonna be paying them when Tatis's contract expires.
It's like the Islanders just got finished paying DiPietro like a couple of years ago.
Really? Mm.
Yeah, the 15-year contract. Good job, Garth. That was good on you. Because you did draft Tavares, but what were you thinking? 15 years? I wouldn't sign anybody 15 years. But Rick DiPietro, nah. I mean, he was the #1 pick in the draft, but nah.
Mm.
And it totally backfired. I mean, he started off his career great, but then once injuries happened, he was never the same.
Okay. Listen, you already knew it was going to be bad when he starts off his first day of training and he puts on the wrong skates, all right? You already knew this was going to be a bad idea. Oh, mm-hmm.
Garth signs bail like a last,
Oh,
you want to let me go? All right, let's sign Bailey 6 years.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Cohen pitched the idea of having an actual. Would you be for this? I mean, you could sell tickets for it, so probably, but
I mean, I wouldn't.
God Almighty!
Just to show how more of an embarrassment the Mets are.
I mean, they've done that pretty much themselves over the last 40+ years, but
Yeah, same as the Jets.
So before we go, how big is this Islander game tonight?
Big. What's up, James?
I agree with you, Big James. There you go. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm
calling the Mets Blue Jays World Series this year.
Hey, I don't know about that. Hey now. The Blue Jays, if they got more pitching, I'd buy, but I don't know about that. But that lineup, pretty scary.
No, but it's big. Our next 9 of 10 games are at the Coliseum. We're playing.
You're showing the Wilpons.
We're playing the Sabres, so we got to win tonight. We also got Boston again coming up.
So, no, what does this mean? Just because you said they got to win, am I going to get a text at about 9:30? We just suffering the most heartbreaking loss of the season.
Don't say that.
I got a feeling.
4-0-1 record at home this year. Won 5 straight against Buffalo. We got to win. Got to win.
Oh, my Lord. Just because you say that now, watch you be dying in like the third period, clutching you.
Yo, I don't need that tonight. Over the weekend, I had that with Pittsburgh the past 2 games. How much can the heart take?
Not much, obviously.
Nah, I mean, I don't know baseball. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Blue Jays can make a little run if they get a pitcher or 2.
Yeah, if they get a pitcher or 2, I'm going to start,
I don't know. Listen, like I always say, as long as the Yankees don't win it in the end, I'm a happy guy. So I don't care who wins. As long as it ain't them, I'm gooch.
Just because you said that now.
Ugh, one of the worst logos in sports history right there.
Whoa.
It's disgusting, that logo.
Oh, so you don't I forgot. You're allergic to winning. I'm sorry, my bad.
Just wait, because we're taking over the town there, buddy. So
hey, I'm not mad at it. It took you long enough. I'm not mad at it.
The Sinatra song's gonna be ours. We're taking that from you and run this down.
First of all, Jay-Z, that's sacrilegious. Okay. Oh no, if that happens, I'm not talking. If that happens, I'm not talking to either one of you.
I can see
If
that.
that happens, I'm not either talking to either one of you for about good 7 to 10 days. Our friendship will have to be put on hold. The show might have nah, Chapman, he's another one that kind of. Oh, and real quick, I don't mean to end this show on like a serious note, but real quick, Brian Cashman and everybody that runs the Yankees, the fact that Domingo Herman is still on this team and hasn't been cut yet, that something needs to be done about that. That is terrible. After the new allegations that he allegedly had a weapon and his girlfriend ran in the room and was afraid for her life. The fact that he's on this team,
that's not good.
Again.
No, I want to take them from the Yankees.
It's just I'm at the point where it's like, if you've been involved with any
the Yankees to have a guy, just the way they run their organization, you know what I mean?
Like
it's shocking.
The fact that he's still on the team, I'm kind of like, what are we doing here?
I'm kind of flabbergasted by that. Right?
You and me both. And Zach Britton, he was like, I can't choose who my teammates are. I know people make mistakes, but that's one mistake I don't think I'll ever forgive or get over. And Zach Britton's the Yankees rep for the Players Association. So him to say that, I'm like, that's pretty damning stuff, man.
A little bit.
That's pretty damning stuff. And the fact that, he served his suspension, but it's just, it's not a good look.
You got to cut.
It's not a good look. Right. I'm surprised they didn't do it originally when it happened, that they still stuck by him. And because usually there's a no nonsense spot. Now, granted, I think we don't know why the Yankees chose to keep him, but that's usually not something they stand for. So I'm surprised that he's still with the organization. I really am. This just goes back to my original point is, as long as you produce, it doesn't matter how you are on the field. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, or it doesn't matter what you do off the field. As long as you produce and you're productive, that's all that matters. And that's kind of, crappy, because then you get moments like this. Anyway, that's going to wrap us up. Thank you guys for watching. We got into some very serious stuff today. I know this was heavy. It's a heavy show for you guys.
But it's things we had to talk about. So
right, we had to talk about it. Yeah, and for those that are gonna watch the show, if you have any comments, leave your comments. Just make sure that they're not anything, too incendiary or anything too crazy, but we'll respond and we'll have a dialogue back and forth. But we got to do better as human beings, as a society, as he's already going crazy, and hopefully this show is a platform where we try to do better, and we try to be better for ourselves. Nah, I like the White Sox. You're sleeping on the White Sox too much. Don't sleep on Chicago. Don't do that. Don't do that. That'll be interesting.
It was Giants A's, the Earthquake series, but Dodgers A's would be cool. Little North Cal, SoCal.
I'm with that. All World Series in California. I'd love to cover that. I'd be in my glory.
Shorts and a t-shirt.
I mean, not in Oakland because it does get kind of cold over there, but you know.
Yeah, a little bit, but not in LA.
Oh man, that would be amazing. But thank you guys for watching. We'll be back Thursday at 6, right? Thursday
We
at
may have
6.
to make a change with that. I gotta talk to you. But we'll keep you posted.
All right. So for now, we'll say tentatively Thursday at 6, but I gotta talk to the big man over here. And
How badly you think the MLB is craving Dodgers Yankees?
oh my God, you know the amount of money they print them, they're drooling on themselves. The networks are like, please let it happen. Oh my Lord. Ooh. Yeah, the networks are drooling on themselves. Big dog, love you. Out.
Love you too.